Greetings, Earthlings! My name is Zero Jake and welcome back to Space Engineers. So I've been gone for a week or so, mainly because my motherboard died, and by died I mean it died in spectacular fashion, which meant that I had to get a new one, which was 350 quid, and first of all, this has given me an upgraded GPU, well no, not GPU, that's something else, CPU, so this thing actually runs a bit more smoothly. I say a bit. Using the azimuth ore detector still causes problems. And I've also got myself another hard drive because in order to reinstall the OS, and I didn't want to remove everything, I needed to buy another hard drive which was 60 quid, and then install operating system onto that because the others didn't want to format whatsoever. In short, I now have 3 hard drives opposed to 2, and I now have well, a better motherboard. You know, but I'm also down quite a lot. So last episode we were building this building here. This building over here. Lovely, lovely. This is the factory. I finished the design, well, the exterior design. As you can see inside, I've also dug out the ground because it's going to be underground. It's going to be part overground, part underground because it's a massive factory. Now, I've got a plan for how to do this. I've also connected it via that, but you will still remember that we don't have a refinery, so that's going to be one thing that we're going to get with haste. Now, the plan for the factory, okay? This upper floor over here, up floor here, you know, this bit where it's this bit, yeah? Yes, that's going to be where all the cargo containers lie, so cargo containers everywhere. And then down here we're going to have refineries and assemblers and what have you, because that's kind of all we need. Well, and, you know, oxygen generators because we need to process ice, but yeah. It's basically going to be full of machines, and we're going to automate everything so that I don't have to craft things manually, because my god, that's annoying. And then on the roof I found out, hey, there's this lovely flat area on the roof. I wonder what we could use that for, and I have a plan. We're going to have a landing pad here. Ooh, a landing pad, he says. Yes, so basically if you have a ship that is a cargo ship, you basically land here, you drop off the resources via either pouring them into collectors or you know, actually putting them into connectors, because pouring them into collectors is actually a good way to do it, because we're on a planet instead of in space, because collectors in space a bit weird when you're moving, whereas a planet you're not going to move because the planet doesn't move. Yeah, so that's that. I was also having some problems with the ships deciding gravity doesn't exist, and actually my zero was 4 meters per second upwards, so they just started floating off. Now, the last thing I've done before we get on to actually doing the episode is you might notice that the terrain is a bit different, and by a bit different I mean, my god, it's different. I don't have any steel on me, and this is because I had to realign everything. Now, a few episodes ago, or more likely last episode especially, we were having problems actually you know, placing blocks on the surface because the grid would be misaligned with the grid of the structure. So the planetary grid, which is what I do to place new blocks, you know, you see lovely thing here. Now, because I placed it like this, it screwed up the entire grid, which means I need to actually place like this in order to actually get it to work and not press the B button whatsoever. Yeah, but now I should be able to do underground stuff properly. That required me going into some form of creative mode, and then well, I didn't have to go into creative mode. I basically you know, space mastered it, as in, you know, Alt F10 Space Master, copy, well, move the ships first, that's the part when they started flying up, copy it, delete it, paste it back in, and then it should align to grid, which it did, but, you know, it displaced a lot of terrain, and so therefore I had to fix it with a drill. because that's the thing that you usually use to fix things. Now, we'll be back in a second, and we'll get started on the lovely factory. Okay, so first things first, we're going to need conveyor system access, and by conveyor system access I mean we're going to have to tear up some floorboards, or floor plating rather. So basically I need to go find the conveyor tube, so we want to access that, and we want to, you know, dig all of this lovely floor that I've just built. Because there's nothing better than digging up all the floor. Now, what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to change this block into a regular conveyor, which is, you know, pretty easy. I just need some more plating. So we need to get rid of this, and then we need to go to Control 2 and then place the conveyor junction, and then weld up, and then we're going to need additional supplies, but we could do that later. We should have some... no, we don't have any interior plate. Right, let's grab interior plate, small steel tube, construction component. Right. Now, you'll also notice that the user interface is different, because new update. That's the best way to actually say how that works. Yeah, a new update rolled out whilst I was in my period of, oh my god, my PC is broken. So, yeah. So we need that. No, we don't need scrap metal. We will need ooh, lovely. I think those icons are broken. Right. I'll just ignore that for now, because hopefully nothing bad will happen. Because if bad things happen, then, you know, bad things happen. Yeah. I'm also using open broadcast software, because I cannot be asked to install Bandicam again, and I really want to get this working so that I can actually... well, it's complicated, but using open broadcast software is going to be much better for me than using Bandicam, because, well, at least I can set it in open broadcast software so that when I lose, when the game crashes, I don't lose all the footage. Yeah, so we're going to need to dig our way through here. Not much of a hassle. Not going to need anything structured because, you know, I don't care about this section. Right, so we get over to here. Now, what we need to do is we need to wait for these stupid rocks to despawn. They are the worst thing in the universe. I really wish I could actually have a mod that gets rid of those so that I can do things quicker. Yeah, see, it rolled in. Thank you. So what I want to do is we're going to, you know, conveyor tube our way over here. Noting that I can place it on the ground. Yeah, like this. That's what I'm talking about. Being able to do that. Very, very lovely. So we can go over to here. Now, I may want a conveyor access point over this way. So here, so for example, I'm stuck again. Lovely. Sometimes I get stuck in the terrain. Use jetpack. Problem solved. So we probably want a cargo container here so that we can do things. A cargo container. Yes. So we need to change this into a conveyor junction because it's going to go out that way and going to be connected to everything. And then we need to well, dig our way this way. Right. And now we wait for the lovely gods of killing me to do their job. You're not placing because there's a thing, right? Yes. Right, so we want to place a curved conveyor junction and a regular conveyor junction. And now, we also want another one here. And then, you know, after the game stops freezing every now and then, it's because my graphics processor is actually below recommended specs. Yeah, I found that out as well. It's kind of annoying. Oh, I forgot to bring motors. Oops. So basically we just need conveyors. Right. Right, let's get motors. Motors. Motors of life. Right. 200 should be enough. Let's get these things welded up. You're welded. Right, let's weld. There we go. Right, and then we just need a conveyor junction here, but you don't want to place. Why might that be? You don't like placing on those. It's very weird. Right. Oh, I'm stuck again. Seems to happen quite a bit these days. Right. Conveyor junction. Excellent. We can now seal off this area. So let's get these. I'm trying to avoid using too much jetpack fuel, even though I have, you know, a tank with fuel in. Right, let's weld this over. Since I no longer have to use it again. Well, I might later. So, we've gotten here. We've got here. Don't need enough, for God's sake. Get more steel. Whilst we're at it, we need the components for a small cargo container. That's not small cargo container. Right. We need things. I need steel. I need metal grid, first of all. I need interior plate, additionally. I also need one display and some computers. One display, two computers. One display, two computers. Right, so we've got interior plate, construction component. Yes, we've got that, we've got that, we've got that, got that. Good, right, we should have enough. I said. Yeah, we should. We do have enough. Good. So now, we go over here, place this, weld this, and we've got ourselves a cargo container, and it's facing the right way up, which is you know, very nice. So we should now be able to. What the hell happened to my accent? We should now be able to access the cargo container from this room. You have no clue how useful that is. Right. Now, we get to plan things. So I'll be back in a second, so that I actually have a plan before I start mindlessly rambling again. So yeah, back in a second. Okay, we are back, and I've got some sort of a plan. So the base layer here, you know, this underground layer, which currently is not furbished, is going to house the refineries, and the refineries that I've chosen to use are these guys, the advanced refineries that I used in the shipyard and that I used in the other shipyard. Well, I used in the Scarab and then the shipyard ship. We're going to be using these, and they're going to be somewhat embedded into the ground, or at least the main structure of the refinery is going to be on the surface, and then its module's going to be underground, because that's the best way to do it. So they're a 3x4 footprint by 3, so they'll take up the entire floor. And what we can do is we can say, hey, this selection of blocks is used, deal with it. So it goes up to 4, goes to here and here, goes up to 4, here and here. See how that fits together? Fits together as if it were meant to be. It wasn't. It's just a really good coincidence. Except that's wrong. That's wrong. Yes. It's supposed to be there because it's a 4x3, not a 5x3. Yeah. So we've got a. Let's do this one. No. Place that back. Place that back. Place that back. Okay. So we've got a 2 width. We've got a 2 block, you know, width, which is, I believe, 5 meters. Yeah, a 5 meter width. So not as big as some corridors, but big enough. Yeah. So we got that, and then you've got another one going down the center, and then you've got a 2.5 here and a 2.5 there, and then you know we've just got massive refineries, and then underneath is going to be where the modules are stored and what have you. Now, since these fellas, these really good fellas, require alloy plating, which sadly I do not think... wrong button. Sadly I do not think we have that. Let's go check. Do we have any alloy? No, we have no alloy. That's all on the shipyard, so I'm going to have to do a run to get that stuff. But we still need a refinery and an assembler connected to the network in order to make this thing work. Which, by the way, is going to involve us creating a temporary thing. So let's get rid of this stuff. We don't need it. Well, I don't need it for now. I mean, the others can stay. I mean, you know, a selection of black girders is not actually helping me do things. But instead, what we're going to do is... oh, hang on. I think I need to start welding up the wall at some point. What we're going to do is we're going to place a regular refinery here. And we're going to place it here, and we're going to attach it with modules of varying goodness, because I don't just have the regular modules, no. I have the regular module, regulars, which is speed, yield, power efficiency. Yeah, they changed it from efficiency to yield, and speed into productivity. We've got the junky versions, which are cheaper. As you can see, this is the regular. Noting you want to look at the large ship, not the small ship, because the small ship is for small ship refineries, because I also have that. So, you know, 100 steel plate. The junky version, 50. Yeah, so it does half, but it costs half. So, actually, very useful early game. And then we've got the advanced power efficiency modules and, you know, hyper. We're going to be using hyper on the main refineries, but we could use the advanced ones on the refinery that we currently have. First of all, to reduce the power consumption, because that's going to be a thing here. If I run out of uranium, it's going to be painful to do anything else. And then, second of all, you know, to improve the speed at which it can refine things, since we're going to be needing to refine quite a few things before we can get the rest of this place up and running. So we're going to need a refinery, and we're going to place it here. Lovely, lovely refinery. And then we're going to have modules along here. And then we'll place the assembler on top. Module, job's done. So before I do this, I know I said I was going to do things. I'm not. I'm going to weld up this wall. Because I really, really do not have to break down that refinery before I need to in order to weld this wall to calm my inner, oh my god, it's so bad. Which is also going to require me using a jetpack. But I've got hydrogen bottles galore, so that's useful. Another useful feature of the new UI system, by the way, is that it actually shows you how many bottles of hydrogen you have that can refill you. That thing is stupidly useful. Except for the part where you realise, oh no, I have no more hydrogen bottles, when you're descending from space because you forgot to, well, fuel your ship. Right, so what we need is... we need some steel. You know, we can throw the rest of this back because we don't need it just yet. I just need the space for the steel. Steel, good. Get the thing. Place the thing. Weld the thing. Okay, so we need 40 construction, 20 large steel, 16 motor, 20 computer. I'm never going to remember that. Right. Oh, yeah, we're going to need more construction component, but we can, you know, assemble that together later. We also need 20 computer, we need some motors. Let's get like 30 motors, and then we need small steel. I thought it'd be large steel. Yes, it's large steel. 20. 20. Forget to pronounce things. Yes, large steel. 20. We also only have 20 large steel, which is weird. It might have been from the old refinery that broke. But yeah, we now have lovely, lovely refinery, which is good. Now, I'm going to need to break these floorboards again. I know people might be annoyed that I'm constantly breaking things I place down, but I have my reasons. They may just be really, really, really bad reasons. Right, I need more steel. More steel, please. I'm running low on steel. This might be bad. Well, I currently have all the components that I need for the assembler, which is good. So the only thing that I need to do now is connect this thing to the network, which I believe is via that, but I'm not certain. I'm not certain that I've done this correctly. Actually, no. There is a way to find out. Jetpack, fly up here. Is it on that side? Yes. Good. Good. Let's stop flying. So what I need to do is get this thing, flip it around until it's like this. Except I can't. I need interior plate. Okay. Right. Let's get interior plate then. You don't have any steel anymore, so let's throw you back. Well, I don't need it anymore, so I can throw you back. Get interior plate, flip it around, placey place, placey place. We need more construction component. That's going to be painful. Yeah, we can do that, definitely. So we also need some small steel tube. We also need to break this. And we need to place another one. Then we need to weld this up again. So we need a certain amount of construction component. I can order that up, I think. That's going to require some iron. I have 85 iron left. So let's go here, get some construction component, get it done. Because the assembler is currently not connected to the network, I'm going to need to run up there and do it. Hello, assembler. How are you all this fine day? I thank you for your service to the Empire. Yes, run back down, run over here, run over there. You're a death trap. Then we need to weld these up. Right, and then we just need small steel tube. Well, I say we just need more. We just need small steel tube. We actually need motors. Yeah. Hey game, could you stop, you know, getting me stuck in the ground? Might be useful. Motors, motor. Now, this thing is temporary, so we are going to be replacing it once we've got everything else up and running. No. I need 4, thank you. 4 weld done. Good. So we now have a refinery. That thing should start working on the steel, the scrap steel. Give me plenty of iron. Noting that scrap steel was from, you know, me accidentally, well, not accidentally, but stupidly destroying things, as it usually is. So let's drop this stuff off, and then we're going to have the fun thing of transfer everything from the assembler up top to, well, we're going to need to rebuild the assembler, aren't we? So get this, get this, get this, get this, get this. Good. Is that... No, there's nothing else here. Do I have enough room? Answer is yes, I believe. I believe I've got enough room. Yes, I do. Right, we have our assembler. I don't know why I had jetpack. Jetpack, engage. Right, and then the fun thing is we get to place a lovely assembler on top here. Face it this way so that we have, you know, more mod room. Place. No. That's not more mod room. That's less mod room. You weird person. Place like that. Good. And then they're to the side. Good. Weld up. In the saga that takes forever. There we go. Assembler. And that's connected to that. And that's all that she spoke. Good. We have that. And then we can also go to refinery and throw this in here. And throw this in here. You know, now that we've got gravel for no reason. So yes, we've now got a refinery that's operational. Still need to add modules. I'll do that later. Because I need to do some supply runs in order to get the stuff that I need. And we've got an assembler, all connected to the same network. And where we should have been last episode, but, well, excuses. So, next episode, I will have the resources required in order to actually build the stuff that we want instead of the stuff that we need. So we'll get the refineries up first. You know, being able to refine things is good, and then we'll sort of, you know, do something, and then assemblers, and then do something else, and then cargo. And by do something, I mean, you know, something weird. Something wonderful. Yeah, so I'll be welding up the floor because that's going to be a useful thing to do, and I'm going to curse my... well, I'm going to curse myself to damnation because I did it wrong, or something like that, or complaining that, oh my god, I've got to tear up this floorboard again, but oh well. However, that will all be in a future episode. Until then, my name has been Zero Jake. End transmission.